Good morning, class. Once again, welcome to this mathematical activities for grade 3 video lesson. Now, last time we did fractions and we talked about half. So today we are going to look at another fraction which is called a quarter. But before we go to that, I've prepared a square cutout which we are going to demonstrate the fractions, the half that we talked about last time, and also we are going to show what a quarter exactly is. So this is a square cutout. That means all the sides are equal. And what I've done is I've drawn center line along the middle of the square cutout. And what I'm going to do is, if I cut this into two equal parts along the center line, just like that. I'm cutting along the center line that I marked before. So now what I end up with are two halves. Each is exactly equal to the other one. So if I put them on top of each other, you can see they fit perfectly. So that means these two are each a half of the whole. And when you join the two halves, then you'll end up with the whole object as it was before. So basically a half is when you cut an item equally along its center line, so that you end up with the two parts that are equal. And through that we're able to do some exercises here, which we're showing in which we're able to mark the half, as you can remember that. And I hope you were able to finish the other work of identifying what a half is. I left some objects, some shapes there that you should be able to do on your own and find out if you can do it. Now again we proceed to exercise C. Exercise C is right there. Identify which shape is shaded a half by writing a half below it. Again, all you need to know is a half is when an item is cut equally into two parts. Like if we take number 1, this is a triangle. By observing, you can see this line is running right in the middle, and then one side is shaded, so that is a half. So we just write a half, okay, you can write it below. Same thing to this, so you can proceed and do that exercise. Now today what we are going to look at is another fraction, which is called a quarter. Now a quarter basically is when you take a whole item, like here our square, we have our square here. We have the whole item and you cut it into 4 equal parts. Now I've already cut into 2 equal parts, which gives me a half. So what I'm going to do is to cut the other remaining into 2 more equal parts along the center line, like that. Then I also cut this one along the center line that I had previously marked. And now what I have are 4 equal parts. Okay, so I have 4 equal parts. Now each part is called a quarter. Okay, each part of the whole is called a quarter. If you count these, they are basically 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you join them back, if you join 2, you'll make a half. If you join the other 2, then you have the complete square back. So a quarter is when you cut into 4 equal parts. When you take any object, it could be a fruit. Maybe you have one fruit and you have to share it amongst 4 pupils. Then you cut it equally into 4 equal parts. So any object that you cut equally into 4 equal parts will give you a quarter. Now, if you turn to your workbook, page 41, you have right down there, you have a circle, a complete circle, and then it has been cut into 4 equal parts, and they have shaded one of the 4 equal parts. So if I take like one of these, this was out of a square, and I've taken one piece, this becomes a quarter. And a quarter is written as 1/4. So proceed to the next page. Now there's an exercise there, exercise D. How many equal parts? So you're looking at this object, a circle cut into 4 parts, and you're supposed to identify how many equal parts. So this one will simply count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and the equal parts are 4. How many are shaded? Now out of the 4, how many are shaded? It's just 1. So here we put 1. What fraction is shaded? Now the fraction that is shaded is 1/4. Okay? The whole object is made up of 4 parts and only 1 is shaded. So we write 1/4. And this 1/4 is called a quarter. Now, number 2, which is shaded a quarter? So again here, basically what you're supposed to do is identify an object that is cut into 4 equal parts, and out of the 4 equal parts, only 1 is shaded. So we can start with A. We can identify 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are 4 parts, and as we can observe, they are all equal. 1 is shaded. So that is a quarter. And you proceed to the next one. This is a rectangle. It has 4 equal parts. 1 is shaded, so that is a quarter. And what you do is just proceed like that and try to complete that exercise. Okay. We go to page 43. Now this one, you are not only identifying, but you are supposed to cut this object into 4 equal parts and then shade a quarter in each. So to do that, you will need a ruler. So let me just pick my ruler. So I have my ruler right there. So you need to cut it into 4 equal parts. So first, you have to really look keenly and get the center line. For now, we're just going to do it by observation. I'll try to approximate the center line. We're not going to go so much into measuring, so I can do it there, starting in the circle. Then I cut again. So then I shade a quarter. So remember, for a quarter, you must first cut into 4 equal parts, then shade 1. So I'm going to shade this one right here. And there I have my quarter. We go to the square. I can cut along this line here, right here. Then I cut again so that I have 4 equal parts. And then I can shade any, and that gives me a quarter. Okay? And now you proceed. A shape like this, maybe there could be several ways in which you can cut it, but the best way would be to look at the points and join the points. Look at this other and join these points. Once you've done that, shade one section. Of course, that is a quarter. And let me do the last one down here and leave you to do the rest in your room. So I can cut this, can cut it here along these points, and then also get the middle there, then shade one of the sections, just like that, and there you have it, that is a quarter. So we'll stop there. Just make sure that you do the remaining of the exercises, and we meet again next time to look at another exercise. Bye.